All right, the Bucks. It is Talking Buccaneers with me, Fumane, and this time I'm on my way to church. I'm on my way to worship God. And I don't know why I have this thought, but now suddenly a thought comes to me. And the thought is this: my fear for Nemtajela. I think Masindi Nemtajela's name is Venda, so I'm just going to assume that it's pronounced Nemtajela. My fear for him is what Ndabayithethwa Ndlondlo's signing was supposed to be is what Nemtajela's signing could be. Everything that didn't work out with Ndlondlo's signing is this. Ndlondlo was signed from Marumo Gallants. At the time, he was a big star player in a small team. No disrespect to Marumo Gallants, but he was the one player who was playing for a small team that you thought that he needs to be at a big team because he's just running the league from a smaller club than Pirates. Maybe that's how I should say it. And he comes to Orlando Pirates, and the similarity with both of them is Ndlondlo was also kind of this offensive style midfielder who's got a lot of energy in midfield. He's got bags of energy. He can dribble past people, he can run past people. He's quite diminutive in his stature. He's so short and so tiny. Yet he's got, I beg your pardon, he's got this lower body strength that he can shield off big guys. He's got this lower body strength, and his feet are so strong, and he's got this balance that he can shield off like big guys and big oppositions. And it's almost like you'd expect for him to get bundled off the ball in the midfield, but he's so good at protecting it, he's so good at carrying it. I remember Ndlondlo in the three-man midfield with Tim and who am I forgetting now? Who wore their number 10 with the cheese cop. In their midfield, they played like a three-man midfield, and Ndlondlo was the star of that team. And he used to run the games. He used to, I remember quite how he would carry the ball. He would dribble past people. He was good at combining with people and that sort of thing. And, he earned his move to Orlando Pirates. And when he came to Orlando Pirates, you kind of expected for him to now take the step up. And, it was like the kind of signing that we always speak about. These players that are like discovered from nowhere, but we all know them from Ekasi. Like, he's such a very good player, he's a star player, and he should be playing in the PSL and that sort of thing. But with Ndlondlo is the kind of player that when he earned his move to Pirates, and I think at the time he was maybe sort of 27, so maybe Nemtajela is fortunate in that regard, Masindi, in that he's a couple years younger, so he's still got a lot to learn and to improve. But with Ndlondlo, it was like, okay, it's 2022, he's 26, 27 years old, he earns a move to a big club, and you want him to now, step up and improve and become that big player that Pirates is trying to sign. And for me personally, I think what has always failed in Ndlondlo is his decision making. I think he's got all the right makeup, but I think his brain would betray him. Like, he would just see things that he shouldn't have seen. Either it'd see them too early or it'd see them too late, and both things are a problem. So he would be too adventurous or too ambitious with the way he passes and those kind of things, or he'd be too late. He wouldn't see things that he should see. And I think that's what has failed in Ndlondlo. Keeping it simple. In fact, they always say the hardest thing in football is to play simple football. And I don't know what it is, and you guys probably might disagree with me. Some people, maybe some of you will see it. The signing of Nemtajela has got all the markings of Ndlondlo signing is this is a guy who we kind of saw how he tore things up at Marumo Gallants, and he was kind of running the show over there from the midfield. A lot of potential, and in a similar style, I think he's one of those dictates the game, got bags of energy, he likes combination play. He seems like he's an 8 right now, but you can see how much later he could become a press-resistant 6, who's not quite a defender, but he's more of like a deep-lying playmaker. Exactly what Ndlondlo Pirates was trying to do with him is they got him as this offensive midfielder, kept being dragged back because I think he didn't work. In those tight positions, you need someone who's quite decisive, quite nifty, very good touch, very agile, can turn, can attack, can turn things, because your number 10 is the person that you want to create attacking actions for you. And Pirates tried Ndlondlo there. Jose Rivero, he kept moving him further back because we thought, okay, maybe we can get, we can benefit from his agility and the fact that he can get away from tackles and that sort of thing in a deeper position so he can help us in the build-up. But then his passing was what's failing him. His decision-making, his dictating of the game, his vision of the game was what kept failing him when he went further back. And he just kept going further back to the bench, and now he's went further back to out of contract. And I don't enjoy speaking about that. I don't say that with joy, but obviously at Orlando Pirates, such are the standards. If you don't perform, someone's ready to take your shirt. And yeah, Nemtajela, I think will know all about it right now, because for him, unlike Ndlondlo, he's coming to a very star-studded midfield. Talent Mbata very much owns that midfield. Kabelo Dlamini is a star at Orlando Pirates, all things considered. On top of that, Pirates have now gone and gotten Sipho Mbule, who I imagine would play a similar role to Nemtajela. There's Selaelo Rasibucha, who's a bit of a similar player in that regard. He's like what most people would call an 8, but those people are modern 6s. They actually play in the 6, not the 8. In fact, Pirates doesn't play with an 8. We'll see the head coach if he's going to continue with the double 6, the double pivot, and the lone 10. Should he continue with it? Someone like Nemtajela, someone like Ndlondlo, someone like Rasibucha, someone like Sipho Mbule, someone like Kabelo Dlamini. People think they are 8, but they're really deep-lying playmakers, right? They're operating from the double 6. I think there's actually a famous interview of Rulani Mkwena talking about Sipho Mbule, talking about he's actually a 6. At most, he's an 8, but really he's a 6, which I'd encourage for you guys to check it out, because I think we're also going to get into this debate as Pirates fans, because we are technocrats, as you guys know, that Sipho Mbule is an 8, he's not a 6. But I digress. Nemtajela, that's where he's going to play. Should the Orlando Pirates coach keep the continuity of the organization and the structure of Pirates in terms of formation? If he continues with what Jose was doing in terms of the formation and he plays the double 6, we're going to see Nemtajela play there, not 10. We might see him play 10, but I think later on we're going to see him move further back. And I think people like Kim Vwidi, it's the same thing, which Kim Vwidi is a separate video because obviously there's talks now of him leaving Pirates. But again, I digress. Nemtajela, my fear for him is it's got all the marks of a Ndlondlo kind of signing. This is not to doom him for failure already. This is to, I guess, caution if Nemtajela is a subscriber of Talking Buccaneers, to say, if I was moving at Pirates and I was moving from Marumo Gallants and I played similar to Ndlondlo, the first thing I would do is I would say, what did Ndlondlo do that worked? And what did he do that didn't work? And then I try to learn from that. In fact, I'd ask Kabelo Dlamini, what is he doing now? And I try to learn from that. And yeah, I just try to phase out, especially the being too ambitious, being too adventurous, is that you've proven that you're a very good player. You were doing it for your team, Marumo Gallants. Don't allow the stage to get to your head. I think that's my thing with Ndlondlo. I feel like the Pirates occasion was maybe too big an occasion for him. he always felt like he had to produce the Hollywood moment. We don't need the Hollywood moment. We've got 11 other star players on the pitch. Allow for your teammates to help you. You know, keep it simple. You've got the technique, you've got the ability. Your vision, your own head is what will probably get in your way. And that's what I would do as Masindi right now, coming to Orlando Pirates. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think I'm speaking absolute nonsense? Am I speaking rubbish? Yeah, if you think so, I'd very much like to hear that. But if you guys agree, do you see the similarity? I'd also like to hear that. But yeah, I hope you have an awesome Sunday. Up the mighty Bucks. Cheers. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video from Talking Buccaneers. If you did, please hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all our future content.